and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd do a little bit of a different video. Since Nintendo did release the 2.0 update to us early, we now have access to things like the Roost and Brewster. However, I did notice that they weren't automatically added into the museum and that you did have to do a few little steps in order to get them there, so we will be going over those steps in this video. As always, if you enjoy my content and you would like to see more, make sure that you subscribe down below, and also let me know what you're most excited for within this update and or DLC in the comments. I do stream Animal Crossing a lot on my Twitch, so if you'd like to see me do some live gameplay, be sure to go check that out. It'll be twitch.tv/mypastwillpast. When you are finally able to start the steps in order to get Brewster, you'll notice that Blathers will have a thought bubble over their head when you enter the museum. Once you interact with Blathers, they'll kind of give you a special dialogue of sorts, where Blathers kind of explains to you that they want to add a cafe to the museum in order to bring more people in and kind of just have more traffic through it. But their old friend Brewster, who would normally run this cafe, is currently unavailable. Blathers can't actually get in contact with Brewster right now. So Blathers kind of asks us if we would go out searching for Brewster. Blathers kind of explains that Brewster really enjoys things like gyroids, and that all over our island and other islands, including the island trips that you can get with Cap'n, there have been gyroid fragments found on it. So Blathers thinks that Brewster is out on one of those islands digging up gyroids, and they ask you to kind of go out and search for them. Blathers also gives you a photo of Brewster, which I think is absolutely amazing. I know that so many of us have been waiting and wanting to get this photo for so long, and it's absolutely incredible that we're finally able to get it now. So once Blathers gives you all this information, you're able to get going and get started on heading over to Cap'n. Cap'n will be found over at the pier of your island, so you're gonna want to run over there once Blather kind of gives you this entire spiel of theirs. So now that we've gone and spoken to Blathers a little bit, we're able to run over and see Cap'n to go on one of these trips. Now, it's important to note here that unlike the Dodo Mystery Tours, Cap'n does not take Nook Mile tickets, but rather the Nook Mile points. It'll cost you exactly 1,000 Nook Mile points in order to go on one of these trips, so be sure to save up on those. And if you find that you're struggling to get those points and would like me to make a video on how I kind of stack up all my points, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to make one of those for you. So as we start to head out on this amazing journey to go find Brewster on this island, we get serenaded by Cap'n and their singing, and I just think that it is the absolute best thing in the world. I could listen to Cap'n singing all day long. I absolutely love it. I think it is the best way to start off this journey. But once we finally get to the island is when we'll finally meet Brewster, so let's jump right into it. So once you get to the island, if it is your first tour with Cap'n, they'll probably give you a little rundown. It's fairly similar to the Mystery Island tours with the Dodos. You go on this trip, once you go, you can't go back, so you gotta make sure that you get all of the loot that you want from this island. However, you can only take this tour once a day, so be careful on when you take it. It might be a little hard finding Brewster at first. For me, it was super easy. They were right there in the top right-hand corner of my screen. Saw them immediately, and we just ran over to them. I think that their outfit is so cute right now. It's so cool to see them in something other than their outfit that they wear during the cafe, since that's all I've seen them in so far from the direct. So it's kind of interesting to see them in something else. But once you get here, you're able to interact with Brewster and kind of let them know that you have been looking for them, that Blathers has been trying to get in contact with them, and that Blathers wants them to come back to your island and set up a cafe in the museum. So Brewster kind of tells you that I hear you, which I guess means that yeah, I'm coming. And they'll give you a little gyroid fragment, which I think again is super cool because we know that Brewster absolutely loves gyroids. Remember, you can plant them in the ground, put some water, and then you'll get a bigger gyroid, which is pretty incredible. I also really want to note here, for all of my time travelers, do not save your game and skip to the next day. Please do not do this. You will not automatically get Brewster inside your museum the next day. You have to go back to your island and talk to Blathers again. If you time travel and skip, they won't show up. You're still gonna have to talk to Blathers, and it'll just be a waste of time. Unless you really want to go to the next day and do it then, I recommend just taking the trip back, go talk to Blathers, and take it from there. So once we're back on the island, make sure you run back to your museum and talk to Blathers, which is what we're doing right now. So when you talk to Blathers, you're kind of able to kind of give them a rundown of what's happened. Blathers will immediately greet you and be like, "Oh, hello, were you able to find Brewster at all?" And then you're able to be like, "Yes, I found them. They said, I think it was, I heard you, I hear you." I don't quite remember what it was exactly, but I guess based on Blathers' reaction, it was, "I hear you." Based on Blathers' reaction, simply marvelous news. I guess that means it's yes, I'm coming over. So Blathers will now kind of let you know that the museum is going to be closed the following day for renovations. So if you have any bugs or fish, fossils, any of the works that you need to donate, make sure you do it today before you go to the next day, because you won't be able to donate anything then. It'll take an extra day after that, especially if you don't time travel and you do play day by day. You want to make sure that your donations are done today. But within the next few days, we will finally have the Roost available here, and it is so exciting. I'm going to now time travel past the construction date to when the Roost is open, so we can take a little look at that. So let's hop right into that now. So I have time traveled 2 days in advance now. The previous day was the day where we had the construction on the island, so the museum was closed. I skipped right past that to today's date. So right now, Isabel is just kind of letting us know that the museum is reopened and that we finally have Brewster on our island. I cannot believe it. The day has finally come, y'all. We have the cafe. We have Brewster. How amazing is this? But now that we finally have it, let's go and run and check this out. I cannot wait to see it and explore it all. I cannot wait to have Isabel and my other villagers show up. I cannot wait to have amiibos come and go from within it. So from what I can tell, the outside of the museum hasn't necessarily changed a lot. To me personally, I haven't noticed any differences on the outside. If someone else does notice and I'm just blind, please let me know down below. But as far as I can tell, nothing on the outside has changed. But look at that. The entranceway that we all have been drooling over and staring at for days and days on end is finally here. We can see that the Roost is open 24/7, so just like the museum, it'll always be open to us. We don't need to worry about getting it when it's opened and or before it closes, the way we have to worry about Nook's Cranny. It'll always be there and available for us. As soon as we enter, we get to see the glory that is the Roost. On the one wall, you can see some photos, one of which that was pointed out to me on Twitter is that there's a photo of actually Brewster and Blathers together, which I think is amazing. Walking around the Roost, it just looks incredible. The seating, the plants, the colors, the atmosphere, I love all of it. And of course, we have Brewster right there making some coffee, or I guess right now they're cleaning a cup. You can also see that one of my villagers decided to go and have a cup of coffee. I do not remember which one that is. They're probably one of my starter villagers. But they are also here, which I think is super cool that they were there right when I showed up. But a cup of coffee is going to be 200 bells, so be sure to save up for that. And once you finally get Brewster, you can finally have that nice cup of coffee from the Roost itself, which I think is just incredible. I already know that I'm going to be spending so much time here. But with that being said, that wraps up today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope this helped you get Brewster onto your island. Like I said at the beginning, if you enjoyed it, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited for within this update and or DLC, whichever one you like more. And if you want to see more of my content, I do stream regularly on Twitch. I'll drop the link to that below in the description. I'm actually going to be doing another Animal Crossing stream later on tonight to go over more of the 2.0 update and possibly the DLC when I get access to that again. Thank you so much all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!